Hey guys, welcome back to Chill Vibes Only. My name is Allie, and today I'm going to be talking about an FHSA account in Canada, a first home savings account, the benefits of it, why I opened up this account, and how I was able to grow it $8,000 over the last 3 years by investing, and how I'm going to use the money in this account to purchase my first home tax free. If you're new here, I talk about wellness on this channel. Most recently, I've been really leaning into financial wellness and talking about how I've been able to build financial independence and financial security through investing. I did a video on how I grew my net worth to over, now it's $350,000, I think. The time it was $330,000, but you can just see how much changes when the stock market goes up and down. I've done a video on how I was able to grow my emergency fund to over 40K and my TFSA. So if you're interested in any of those, you can find them in the links below. But today I specifically wanted to talk about the FHSA, which is the first home savings account. This is a new account that the government brought into Canada, I think around 2022 or 2023. I opened up my account in 2023, and there are a lot of really good benefits and perks to this account. And I strongly believe if you have not bought your first home yet, everybody in Canada should open this account. So the way the account works is it's an investing account. So it's a place where you can put your money into and then invest it within the stock market. And any of the gains that you make in that account, you can use towards buying your first home tax free. So if you think about a traditional investing account, if you put $40,000 into that account and you made $10,000 off that $40,000, so you have $50,000 to put towards your down payment. If you wanted to take that out of your normal investing account, you'd have to pay tax on the gains that you made. Whereas in your first time home savings account, you don't have to pay tax on any of the gains that you make in it. So you can just take that $50,000 and use it to buy your first house, which is a huge tax advantage. So there are some rules and stipulations to the account. You can open the account if you've never bought a house before and if you're over the age of 18. You must be a Canadian resident in order to open this account. Your contribution limits are $8,000 every single year, up to a maximum of $40,000. So I opened my account in 2023, I put $8,000 in that year. And then in 2024, I put in another $8,000. And in 2025, another $8,000. And then in 2026, I'm going to put in another $8,000. And then next year is the last year I can contribute because I'll get to that $40,000 max contribution room. Any contribution that you make to this account, so every year if you put in the max of $8,000, you're able to deduct that off of your taxes. So when you're filing your taxes, like what you do with your RRSP, you can say, I made a contribution to my first time home account, and they will actually reduce your taxes and give you a bigger tax return because of it. So it's really beneficial because not only do you put that money in, you get a tax return back from it. So it's really positive because it's reducing your annual taxable income. So say if you make $100,000 and you're taxed at $100,000, if you put $8,000 into your FHSA, you're going to reduce your taxable income by $8,000. So you're going to get a tax return. And what I've been doing with that tax return is actually reinvesting that money, whether in my RSP, my TFSA, or my next year's contribution room for my FHSA, which is the first benefit and perk. And then the second benefit and perk is obviously that you get to use any of the gains made in that account to purchase your home tax free. So I've already been able to grow my FHSA over $8,000 just within the last 3 years. So that's $8,000 that my money used to make me money, and I don't have to pay tax on that. Plus, I got that tax returns from the government, which was extra money I was able to reinvest in other areas. So you can see it's a really big benefit for buying your first home, and there aren't really any negatives to it. You do have to purchase a home, I believe, within 15 years of opening the account. But if you don't purchase a home, the money just transfers into your RRSP. It doesn't affect your contribution room. It just goes over one for one. And obviously, you lose the benefit of not purchasing the home with it, but you're not going to lose out on that money that you invested. Also, too, if you don't have the $8,000 to put in every single year, you can carry forward that amount to the following year. I am not a financial advisor or expert, so I don't ever want to give you exact financial advice on what to invest in or what to buy. When I first opened it, I wasn't thinking about buying a home anytime soon at that point. So I was investing in more heavier growth opportunity ETFs. So things like VEQT, which has been able to make me a lot of money over time. But now that I'm getting closer to wanting to buy a home, when I put money into that account, I tend to focus more on ETFs that are a bit more conservative, that have more of a likelihood of a return. So those are things like XBAL. Now, again, that is just what I personally have found has worked really well for me, but you should always do your own research and see what you're comfortable with and look at the returns of those stocks over the last year, 5 years, 10 years, and think about, okay, if I were to put my $8,000 into this stock and I want to buy a house within the next 10 years, what's the likelihood of the return I'm going to get? You can just do a Google search and look at how all these ETFs have performed and then pick what's comfortable for you. So for me, back in 2023, I went a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more growth heavy, and that paid off because I was able to make over $8,000 so far. But now when I put money into those accounts, I'm thinking about the fact that I'll probably be withdrawing it within the next few years. So I'd rather take maybe a lower percentage return, but something that I am for sure going to get, because I don't want to ever, be ready to buy a house and have to sell at a loss and not make any gains on the money that I invested. So yeah, I'm super happy with how the accounts worked out for me. Like I said, I really recommend, if you have not bought a house in Canada yet, you open one of these accounts. There's really no downside to it because, like I said, if you don't end up buying a home, it just goes into your RRSP. You get that tax deduction on your taxes at the end of the year, so it helps reduce your taxable income. And then, of course, you get any of the money that you make in that account tax free to buy a house, and then your house becomes a really strong investment property for you. It's really easy to open up the first time home savings account. You can do it with any bank. I personally have mine with RBC right now, but you can open it up with Wealthsimple or with Questrade, whoever you bank with, and then you can start contributing to the account. Obviously, you never want to over contribute. You can only put the $8,000 in. If you over contribute, they will penalize you for that. So please, please, please make sure you monitor your contribution room. But yeah, that's everything that I say you need to know about the first time homebuyers account. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe because that really, really helps my channel. And I'll see you for another video soon.